Hold on. Okay. So apparently that nigga Puff tried to do something crazy to Terrence Howard. I don't know when it happened. Was it before Iron Man or after Iron Man? I don't know, nigga. That's what I want to know. Let's see, bro.
Well, because losing out money.
And okay, this nigga Terrence Howard is so interesting though. Like, nigga, when did you learn physics? When did you start reading physics books? He was in the one with Lorenz Tate, Dead Presidents, right? He was in Dead Presidents. He was in Iron Man, and now this nigga's like an astrophysicist or something. Like he understands quantum mechanics and all this shit. How did you like what led you there? Like when did this happen though? Like
You get you got to take drugs. You're going through so much shit to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an
is that a
unhealthy
fedora?
space. And
Like
so eventually
is that a fedora on top of a? I'm just this everything about this nigga is just interesting. Everything about this nigga is just interesting. So we see, I think that's a medallion, calm, right? We see, I don't even know what to call this. Then we got a hoodie, but it looks like it's made of like linen. Like it looks like a hoodie made of bed sheets. And then on top of that, we have a fedora. This nigga's just unique, bro. Shout out to him.
you're going to go too far. Who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what Heath had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that
Bro,
people do
hold
that
on.
end up sitting what Heath had to do in order to get to where he was at. There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head. But when you lose your man card, that's the
Damn,
only thing
lost
I
your
can
man
think of.
card.
You lose your damn man card,
What
The
is
man
that? What do you mean
card.
by that?
What is it?
you give up your ability, your right to being a man.
Damn.
A man don't take it, a man gives it.
Damn.
So when you give up
Hold
that
on. So if you're of a certain lifestyle, does that mean you're not a man? That's an interesting take, Terrence Howard. That's a very interesting take, my brother. That's an
man
interesting
card,
take, my brother. That's
you
all I
don't
gotta
get
say.
that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Now I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get
Uh,
that back. You come into this world as a
oh, it's a
man one
one-time thing.
time.
It's not
You
even
give
like,
up
nah, it's a
that right
one-time
for
thing.
anything, for
Nigga,
fear
it's
of being
over.
hurt,
Hold on,
fear
okay.
of
Hold on. Okay. So what if it's forced though? Like, nigga, if it's over, damn. That's amen. This is opinion, brother. So then what do you turn into though? Like do you turn into a like what what happens though? Like once that's taken, are you just like a eunuch? I don't even know if I can say that on the I hope I'm gonna get banned for that shit.
somebody doing
Like what
something
are
for
you though?
wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy
I meant
that
unique.
has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a
Uh-huh.
mother and taking care of her family and
Word.
being do all those things. When you give up those
Okay, hold on.
things,
So if someone was to get some form of control, right? That mean they're not that anymore. It's an interesting take, brother. It's an interesting
but
take.
when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That
Damn.
was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the
Mm.
people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing.
Mm.
Get punked out and pimped out by some over greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So
Mhm.
I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once it go fluid, it's gone. You don't have
Mhm.
any
Okay.
foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter
Yeah.
what.
Wait.
Man, I mean,
Okay.
one of the things you're
This is frying
Nope.
me. So a nigga left his signature, right? Sebastian Corca, right? Whatever this dude's name, and he put hashtag MAGA. Bro, niggas is funny, bro. Everything is funny as hell, bro.
No matter what.
Everything is funny.
man, I mean, one of the things
Under
you're
his name,
seeing,
hashtag
you
MAGA.
went to a
That's his
whole
shit.
different place.
Sorry.
No, no, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these
Mm-hmm.
guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their
Pause.
head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy.
Mm.
And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so
Wait, so
they
if you
end
go
up,
to therapy, can you get it back? Can you like retrieve it? You know, like maybe do some ayahuasca. You go through a portal and got a whole mission to reattain the man card, how do you get it back? You can't get it back at all.
On drugs,
That's
end up
crazy.
every way to try and get rid of any principles there are, and that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream, they don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything.
Talk
If
to
I get
'em.
all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we
Yeah,
were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the
yeah.
aggression is necessary.
Facts.
You don't
Ooh.
trade that in,
They didn't show
no
this
matter
nigga.
what.
Hold on.
Aggression is necessary.
They didn't show this nigga on film not one time this whole interview. They just showed this nigga now. I don't know who he is. I don't think I've ever heard. I don't even. Yeah, shout out though.
You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Hey, did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the
Hell
consequences
yeah.
when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him
So
how
he
to,
knew about Puff.
wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me,
Yo, my
like
question is,
waiting.
how do nut ass niggas get to be Puff though? Like, how does a nut ass nigga just get to be this titan of industries? Like, it's not like the nigga was antisocial. Like he had to talk to niggas for a living, damn near. There's niggas that like him. How do nut ass niggas get to that point where there's a bunch of niggas that fuck with them, but at the same time they're doing nut shit consistently? I don't get it. Like, bro,
Waiting.
bro, that whole shit
Okay.
is just funny as hell.
So then my assistant
Like
was like,
niggas, yo, for 2, maybe 3 decades, niggas knew this nigga was a nut. Everybody knew he was a nut. Everybody was like, yeah, nah, you better watch out for him. Watch out for him. Don't go into a room with him unless you know there's other people in there. And even if there's other people in there, don't even do it because he might, you know what I'm saying? Nobody said anything. I mean, nah, fact. Niggas did say stuff, but I feel like 2 decades for real. That's crazy. Like listening to Ether, you can hear it and be like, wait, now you can hear it now and be like, wait, what was he talking about? Because I wasn't around back then, so I don't know what niggas thought back then. I don't know, bro. That whole shit is funny as hell.
he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh,
Niggas knew, if that nigga wants to hang with you, he thinks you got pretty eyes. Niggas knew that, and we're just like, yeah, nah, you know what I'm saying? I need this rapping shit to work though. I guess in the 2000s, I
oh,
guess it was like that.
okay. Now I
I
get it.
guess it was like
So
that.
now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of
Huh.
producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to
You know
punch
what?
them in
I shouldn't be laughing though, because there's nothing funny about this. This is a terrible situation in which our brothers and sisters got used and abused by a fellow brother that you would think you could trust. This brother went to a HBCU. You would think he would be for us, but he's against us. He's against us. So it's really nothing funny about the situation, brothers and sisters. It's one of the facts. Come on, bro. Diddy. There's nothing funny about him for real.
the
There's
mouth,
nothing funny.
or
Oh
threaten
shit.
to
There's
knock
nothing
their
funny
head
about
off
Diddy,
for
bro. Like
talking to you
yeah,
like, or looking at you
yeah,
like you're a
facts,
woman.
facts.
When you approach a real man, or looking
Hold
at you
on.
like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference
Uh-huh.
when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room.
Talk to him.
And a
Talk
man
to
don't
him. Yeah.
take the same things that a guy
Yeah.
wouldn't
Hell
say.
no. Yeah.
So always
Facts.
be the man in the room.
Facts.
And that's
Yeah.
always
That's me. That's me. YEDI. That's a man right there.
been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't
Facts.
compromise. I don't play gay
Hell no.
roles.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
kiss a
Stand on
man. I
business.
don't
Stand
do
on
that
all
shit
10.
because the
Yeah.
man card means everything.
Everything,
I
brother.
had no idea we're going to go this direction with the podcast. This is absolute. But listen, we've talked about it. We've had a lot of the guys on to talk about this stuff. Are you done with Hollywood because of
No,
this
I
specific
mean
reason? or-
I'm still working. I still I haven't made the money necessary to do all of the other stuff. So I still have to go and do the chitlin circuit. I still have to do the job that I need to. But eventually, I've done what I set out to do, which was to redefine the universe. I've proven what I've set out to
Redefine it.
do, and that's why I have all the patents. Whether they
Mm,
evaluate it or not, that's up to them. But I've
mm,
done the work
mad
and
patents.
finished it. Now I can go on and do
Hey,
whatever.
nigga, nah, really listen to that though. Nigga, that nigga said, that brother said, mad patents, not patent pending, not pending patents. No, patents. Just straight like
Else we
that.
need
Talk
to
to
do.
him. Talk to him,
Hi
Terrence.
everyone. My name
Talk
is
to him,
Terrence
Terrence.
Howard.
Yeah, shout out to Terrence Howard though. Shout out to Terrence Howard. Low key though, Don Cheadle was better than Terrence Howard. In Iron Man, respectfully. To be fair though, Iron Man 1 was better than the rest. Yo, how many light skinned niggas get replaced by dark skinned niggas in movies? How do you feel as a how do you feel as a light skinned nigga getting replaced by a dark skin in a movie? Because I feel like that don't happen. So you got to feel extra shitty if that happens, right? Damn.